Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday. I'm not sure what day on the calendar it is because I don't pay attention that much anymore. But as usual, I make a video on Thursdays of the progress, the garden progress, and puppy progress, since we got some puppies on the property now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the garden because it's turning out really nice. Everything's growing great. So we got cantaloupe over here on this trellis. And let me see if I can find some of these boogers. I found a bunch of them the other day, but when you're looking for them, you never find them. There's one little one. I have several little ones. There's another one right up here. All kinds of pollinators crawling around up there. Let's see if we can find some of the bigger ones. I know there's a bigger one right in here somewhere. There's one right there. And it's not a bigger one, but this is bigger than what we had before. Cantaloupe wasn't doing this good a week ago. Like I said, I do the videos on Thursdays. I do have a nice size one right here. There's one coming in pretty good. But besides cantaloupe, in this bed I added some yellow crooked neck squash to grow up this trellis here. I got 5 plants there. We got potatoes here. Let's see if I can zoom that out. There we go. Potatoes. I have no idea what's going on underneath the ground because I've never grown potatoes. I've never grown a garden before, so I think I'm doing well for a first year guy. But we got plants, so we know something's growing under there. This area, as you can tell, is already shaded. And we got some lettuce growing in there. This is my second batch I'm trying this year, so. But this actually has started to come up and it started to do pretty good. This garden bed here has not done anything. We had onions over here, peppers over here, and now I have onions again because I changed out the dirt. Then changed it out. I've added more garden soil to it. But they're only a week or so in the ground, just like the yellow crooked squash. I put them in the ground at the same time, but onions take longer to germinate. And I haven't seen anything coming up on the onions yet. But the crooked squash is doing good. This is only like a week of growth. This is what we call the 15 bean soup. And that's exactly what I did, is I grabbed the back of it out of the kitchen. And I threw it out here all in rows. And whatever wins the battle of life gets put on the plate. But they all seem to be doing pretty good. Cucumbers out the wazoo. We got cucumbers everywhere. Cucumbers are awesome. They are so easy to grow. You just thin out the bottoms of them, just like with your cantaloupe and your tomatoes. You won't have any problems growing them. And the trellis is the best thing. And thinning out, get that air in there. We got cucumbers. Baby cucumbers all over the place. But they're everywhere. This plant's growing. I love it. Everybody thinks it's so hard to maintain in a garden. No, getting it set up is the hard part. Getting it laid out the way you want it is the hard part. Now learning what's going to grow, where, and when, that's a different story. Our maters have finally started coming in. This side over here is not doing that great, but it's not doing that bad either. We got Couple little maters there. Got one over here. Bunch growing right there. Doesn't look like there's anything on that vine. Over on that one. These don't get as much sun because of this fence right here. We got tons more coming in over here. We got mater there. It's weird that this little bitty plant here, that plant there was the smallest one and it's doing the best now. But we got a mater somewhere around here. I got another one. Where'd it go? Well, I don't know where it went. They hide on you, man. Next thing you know, you just wake up and there's like that one over there. There's one popped out. That's our maters. My jalapeno pepper that I didn't think was going to make it is actually growing. Marigolds are doing great. I don't know what's going to happen with that pepper, but we'll see. We'll just let it grow. More maters. These were the ones that were doing so good, and they're still doing great. All kinds of life going on here. And our corn. Remember I said I didn't care about the corn. It can do whatever. I just wanted to see what it do. Well, it's doing. We got little corn stalks coming up everywhere. Corn silk. When I was a kid, we tried smoking that stuff like it was weed. And all it did was give us a headache. Or at least me. But we got plenty of corn coming in. Like I said, it'll just be a trial basis on that. Sunflowers are pretty much spent. They just boom and then kick the bucket. So not something I'll be investing in again next year because they really didn't do that good. I mean, they're good. They're okay. They're only about 4. I think the tallest one may be 5 foot tall. 4.5, 5 foot tall. But this is what I'm most happy about right here. And that's my watermelon vines. Because this bed, I didn't know what was going to happen. It was shallow. I just kept adding dirt. Digging, adding. But we got some nice melons popping up in here. These are 2 different kinds. That's one kind there. And this is going to be more of your traditional watermelon here. And there's another one there. And another one there. Watermelons on every one of these. Another one there. See, we didn't even see these a week ago. All they were was in little buds. This is the big one. And it's still just getting bigger. But we got all kinds of buds coming on, all kinds of plants coming on. That one, I don't know if it's gonna make it. It's already yellow. So it's brown on each end. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, let it do its thing though. And we got one here. This was one that was growing last week, and it was just a little bitty thing. They've grown like 20 times as big as they were last week. But everything's getting good water, getting good sunlight, getting good air now. We opened up the bottom, so you really got to thin out them bottoms. Get rid of them runners and them leaves that don't need to be there. Get some air and some sunlight in there. But that's the garden. Everything looks good, especially them things. And I don't even eat this stuff. I'm just growing it. I'll eat some of it, especially the watermelon, the corn. I eat some of the cucumbers. I'm gonna try the cantaloupe. Really wanted some peppers. The beans will be all right this winter. Go over here and take a look at these terrorist puppies. They are 6 weeks and like 2 or 3 days old. And once awoke, they could become the terrorists that they are. Ain't that right, Mama? There's Mama and there's Dad. And all they do is fuss at each other all day. But I did get the coop most of the way done. I still got to paint the front. Of course, it's got nice metal sides on it. But I got to paint the front, get to finish the trim. I got some trim down there at the bottom to finish up, and trim on the sides, the front side there, around the door. Gonna wire that in with some smaller wire to keep the snakes out. And then I built them some little temporary stairs to get up and down. Took them a little while to figure it out, but they figured it out. And then inside, y'all go on and do that mangy yahoo stuff somewhere else. Inside I put their baby pool. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. Apparently not. So anyway, there's a baby pool in there full of water. And then they got all that extra room in there. That's where I throw their feed in at. That area there, they go in and eat it all up. Cleaned the run out yesterday for them. Keep them in the dry. They are escape artists. And they did find the little area back there in the back that I did not get finished on the bottom with the chicken wire. And got out yesterday. But we got them put back in. That's about it, guys. The pups, like I said, they're all doing good. They're getting big. And they'll probably take after Mom and Dad and just be as rambunctious as they are. She don't put up with the crap. He's older, he's 5 and she's only 1, but she don't put up with the crap. Anyway, told you they'd become terrorists once they're awake. Anyway, guys, that's about all I got. I'll run you right back through these melons. And that one there is doing good. I've been watching videos on when to pick them, and they aren't nowhere near it. They've been out here for a while. They're nowhere near ready yet. Can't wait though. Anyway, y'all, that's about it. Like I said, just a weekly update on the garden. Everything's doing good. Proud of my efforts for a first-time gardener. Haven't had to deal with no weeds. We don't deal with weeds around here. We get rid of that crap quick. I am making a sign for the neighborhood. That way anybody wants any fresh veggies can come get what they want for free. We're not charging for our vegetables. But anyway. All right, guys, you have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, your weekend, and we'll catch you on the next video.